Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Back with another episode of the Yup, I Said It podcast. And today, I got an interview, very special guest, good friend of mine. I've been wanting to have this brother on for a while. I want to introduce you guys to my boy, IAmRayJohn.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
So tell me about, where you from? Are you originally from Guam?
Yes, sir. I'm from Guam, born and raised. Chamorro, that's me.
What village, bro? What village you from?
Man, I rep so many. No, I'm just kidding. It's just I've been around so many. I grew up in so many areas, man. Like when I grew up in Dedido for like a few years, and then moved to Chalampago.
Okay.
And then, but then in between those times off of school, I would be in Zontya and Agate, and so I was around those villages a lot. So it's Chalampago, Zontya, and Agate. That's like my the three villages that I just really that I feel like is where I grew up.
Okay.
So I say that's where I call home. Those three villages there.
Okay, so you pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So how did your music journey start?
So like I said, I stayed in Chalampago.
Okay.
And every Christmas break, summer break, I would go over to my uncle's house, my Uncle Mike's house.
Okay.
He's no longer with us. Rest in peace, but I would always go over there to hang out with they're my uncles by blood.
Okay.
But we're so close by age that we used to always call each other cousins or
Okay.
brothers.
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
Yeah, so I would always go over there, and I've always loved music. Back in the day, I used to write parodies. Like I would just make fun of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no disrespect to the song. I just
Right.
like to make it funny. You know
Of
what
course,
I mean?
yeah.
And so I started writing stupid stuff, and over there, Mike had a computer. We could record. We had this little mouse that had a mic in it.
Okay.
And I would just and we would just mess around, and we recorded a few parodies and put them up on MySpace.
Oh man,
And,
MySpace.
Yeah, and it actually got
It gained a little traction.
yeah, and then from there, like it made me like oh my god, like I really liked doing this.
Yeah.
And but I also wanted to write serious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a Rock Band mic. I mean, because we had Rock Band.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that game.
Oh yeah, I remember Rock Band,
Yeah.
Guitar Hero, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And the Rock Band mic plugs into the computer. It's a USB, and we would plug that into the computer, and just mess around with vocals.
Mm-hmm.
We recorded a few more parodies. I left for school.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the next summer.
Okay.
I came back, and Mike is just this producing freaking. He was incredible. I was like, you leave for a little bit and you come back and you're just holy crap. Like,
And this dude is just got the magic touch, right?
yeah, because so he actually took it super serious too. So I was super serious about this thing. Like,
Yeah.
Like I was like, I love recording music. I want to keep recording music. I downloaded FL Studio into his computer.
Okay.
But just the free one, the sample.
Mm-hmm.
I was messing with it for a little bit. I didn't really like it. For me, it's not fun. I left again. I left, and I came back, and then Mike was So Mike was sending me like small little samples of the beats that he was creating.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, yo, these are super sick. Like, oh dude, I like that. Dude, I wrote something. Hey. And then so when I came back to his house, we started recording. And then before you knew it, man, this dude was actually mixing and just amazing, like just incredibly, and
Just came with the shits, right?
yeah, like, and which was just so crazy because this dude, like I said, this dude just, but then he's always been like that growing up. You know what I mean?
Just always had a creative mind.
Like if he ever got into something, like you should have seen when we got into gaming. We got into Call of Duty at this one point, and he was just like, I introduced these guys into this thing, and
Yeah.
I was whooping their butts, and then all of a sudden, I come back a week later again for the weekend, and they're whooping my ass. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm just like, but him, right? And then he's always just, if he put his mind to something, he's going to take over.
Yeah,
You know
he's
what I
always
mean?
been the type to just really hone and
Yeah.
master his craft.
Yes, and that's what he really was, and he was such a perfectionist. So where a lot of our stuff wouldn't even get released because he was so perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Which really helped me raise my standard. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
before I was like, no, release it, and when maybe it probably shouldn't have. But
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I started.
So when you got into the music thing, all of us knew you as Rayminder.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, you've been around for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And now we got to see you pretty much reinvent yourself, like and repackage yourself to, you went from Rayminder to IAmRayJohn. So how did that process come about, and what made you want to just go from Rayminder to IAmRayJohn?
So, in a period of my life, man, like, so, dude, my name has come up, like, from when I first started to my name now. Like, my name started from Ranksta to Izzy B to R&B to the most illest
Yeah.
to Rayminder to IAmRayJohn. So IAmRayJohn was kind of like my growing up, like, I want to use my name.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't want a nickname. Like I wanted to use my name, and adding the I am in front of it was just kind of like saying, I am RayJohn.
Yeah.
Like RayJohn, like that's who I am. You know what
Right.
I mean, and this is who I am as an artist, and I've also grew up with like in terms of sound. And style, I really grew up like with my music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I wanted to, you know, this is me now. Like, this is my music now. This is my art now. I am RayJohn.
And you doing this shit your way, playing it by your rules.
Yeah. In terms of my music, yeah. Like, I really don't care if you like it, if they like it, if they don't like it. I'm gonna make my music the way I want to make my music, and I really don't care. You know what I mean? And that is, I want people to understand that. Like, I don't care if you don't fuck with it. There are people that do fuck with it, and,
Right?
And that's who I make it for. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So people be trying to change me. Like, I'm not gonna change. Like, this is what I like.
Yeah,
to do.
fuck all that, bro. Just be you. And speaking of, you said you grown up with your music. You know, all this journey from Rayminder to IAmRayJohn, it all led to your anticipated album, Grown. And dude, that album, it got over 100,000 streams. To me, I haven't seen anyone on Island do that just yet. I mean, there's people that's got a lot of streams with just singles and maybe EPs, but you released the full album, and that shit has over 100K streams. You released a real popular single with Tanya J. Shout out to Tanya J. Just You. And dude, how did that all come about? Just the process of you making the Grown album.
Man, so this album is crazy. It took about 4 years to complete this album, and I know you're thinking like, oh my god, it took so long. You could have been releasing blah blah blah. It was just all the pieces that were falling in, like that were all coming.
Yeah.
They were just, it was coming dramatically slow, but they were coming, and being able to see that vision, meeting Raj. So when I first got back, like, man, I was in my mind, I was done. Like, I quit music. I wanted to be a nurse. I had other things that I was ready to settle on. You know what I mean? Like I was like, this is what I want to be. This is what I want to do. Music is over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I ran into an old friend of mine, who helped me a lot when I was sponsored by IT&E back in the day.
Yeah.
He connected me with Raj, and from the jump, Raj was just, Raj did his research on me before I came
Raj will research the fuck out of you.
So he was, oh my God, this kid has over 100K views on his YouTube on one video. Like, this guy, he started saying people actually come up to, do people actually asking for this guy's picture? People know this guy, you know what I mean? And he was just in from the jump, like, Ray, whenever you want, come in. The studio, you could use it whenever you want. Keep in mind, like, when I first came in, I was blown away. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if you look at it now, compared to back then, it was shit. Right?
I remember.
And Raj will tell you it was shit.
Yeah.
But back then, I was blown into shit. So I was like, because I've been to studios around the world, like, not around the world. My bad, I take that back. In California, right?
Yeah, California is big as shit. So it's almost around the world.
Coming from Guam and you go to California, California is a freaking world. Man.
Yeah.
So and I've been to hella studios back there.
Okay.
Professional and small. You know what I mean? And it was, in terms of look. Yeah. It was matching up, you know what I mean? So I was just blown out of my mind. And to know that I had access to this, which I will say in the beginning, I took extremely advantage of it. I would come twice, 2 to 3 times a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's insane. You know what I mean? Like, especially if music is your thing. But again, I was going through a identity crisis. I didn't know who I was, what I wanted to do. And I was just so lost in the world. And, but Raj would always, oh yeah, you coming in tonight? You gonna come in today? Oh yeah, you can come in. Come in today. He gave me a key, you know what I mean, to come in, and I could record whenever the heck I wanted to. And so Raj saw the potential when everybody already, like, they saw me as, I want to say, a has-been, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, like, everybody saw me as this big dude back in the day. But like, okay, we don't hear about you now.
What have you done now? Yeah.
So when I wasn't doing nothing with music, nothing at all, Raj saw the potential, and like, you did that then, and you've grown so much now. Imagine what you can do now, in a sense, right?
Yeah.
And so I just kept coming, and then before he knew it, I just started coming every day. And I would come in here bright, where the sun's bright out, and I would leave at like 2:00 in the morning sometimes.
You made it your purpose.
Yeah, just recording. And I would do this, I don't want to say alone. I'd probably have like one person, maybe Cassie or Jake, that with me.
Yeah.
Awix used to come in before. Carlo. Yeah. Carlo was here from the jump too. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But in terms of like the studio thing, man, like, only everyone would come in, and everyone would leave.
Yeah, they wasn't really in here like to work. They was in here just like kicking it type shit.
Yeah, and then you know what I mean? Not necessarily, because there was some that did come to work,
right?
Who were around the people that were coming just to kick it. Who got tired of waiting for the ones to kick it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even me, man, like I was like, man, I don't know, man. This is not really my fit. This is not really where I vibe out. You know what I mean? I like being in the room, and where it feels like a realm, and you're in there, and it's just like you're there to write or record or or listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but in the end of the day, it's always been me and Raj. You know what I mean? And watching a lot of people just fuck this guy over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess is what really like made me like, all right, Ray, you got to be careful with your movements, stuff like that. Because last thing I want to do is make this guy think I'm doing the same. You know what
exactly.
I mean? So, but we stuck with this shit, man. And then Carlo still here, but he's actually out in Florida, but he went out there and he's pursuing music, knowledge.
But he's still tapped in with you guys, though.
Because he's out there gaining knowledge, so that way he can use it here. You know what I mean? And he's amazing. He's incredible.
That's
now.
What's up.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So it's always been me and Raj, and he really helped make my dreams come true with this fucking studio, which now, I can record whenever the heck I want, make music whenever I want, and then bring up artists. You know what I mean? Which is what was really lacking when I came up. You know what I mean? And thankfully I had Mike, because if I didn't have Mike, I probably would have quit long time ago. You know what I mean? Because getting into the whole engineering, producing and shit just really isn't my and I went to school for it. I was learning it. Yeah. And it's just something where you're just like, man, it's either you gonna fight through it. It's either you love doing this shit or you don't, but you're gonna fight and you're just gonna just do it because you know that you.
You just felt like, music. I'd rather be behind the mic making the track.
Right, and
engineering it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Besides all of that, and that's why I have so much respect for the ones that do it. You know what I mean? If ever I do see someone do talk down on another one of those guys, or whether they're at his level or not, you know what I mean? Producing a shitty track is still super fucking hard. You know what I mean? Right. Because that person is probably genuinely trying. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what with me, I really don't think there are pretty much shitty tracks. Unless it is kind of like an IKEA of things where you just do it and throw it there and you slap it out, right? But in terms of people that actually really try, who has a passion for it, and they are still coming up, and it's not coming out the way they want it to, but you know what I mean? But you can see the passion there. Yeah. That's really where the love comes from. You know what I mean? But that's where I don't want to be. Right. You know what I mean? It's funny. I just saw this thing from Gary Vee, was it yesterday? And he said, work with people who enjoy doing the things that you don't want to do. You know what I mean? Because like with Raj, I work with Raj. Me and Raj, we business partners, but he's doing all the stuff of the business that I don't want to do. Right. Luby's in there doing stuff. He's another business partner doing stuff for the studio that I don't want to do. And then I'm doing the stuff that maybe they don't want to do. You know what I mean? And but at the end of the day, if ever Raj does need someone, I'll be so happy to just help. Try and hold it down for a little bit till he come back. Same with Lubes, right? Yeah. But I'll be in there recording people, getting stamps and organizing shit. And but at the end of the day, waiting for Luby to come back, or I held down the fort for a little bit. All right, now take the reins back. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a team. Right. And with the studio, you guys turned this into New Waves. Shout out to New Waves Guam for allowing me to record my podcast in their studio. It's such a nice studio. And with New Waves, you're the president of New Waves Guam. So how did that work? I mean, obviously there was no election for you to get voted in this motherfucker. This is we just go make you the president just because you've been here since day one. You've been riding with Raj, ever since this shit was go dank and it was a little bullshit. It looked like a little trap house studio. And now it's which could be like a staple, you know what I mean? Which I'm like, maybe we might just have a section where it's kind of built like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to appreciate that, you know, as a reminder. Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah, man. But yeah, no. So initially there was three of us four of us that were going into this. We had Flacco. Yeah. Really good friend of mine. I actually live with him. Flacco, what it do? And goofy ass. Which, to be honest, man, New Waves, he came up with that. You know what I mean? He came up with the name. He went and got our logo made. Yeah. And me, as long as I was going to be, doing the music and you know what I mean, art side of things,
Right.
and artists and being able to bring in artists, and as long as I was able to be doing all of that stuff, and the thing could have been called White Walls.
Yeah.
Studios, and I was like, man, I'm sure there's a freaking beautiful meaning behind that. Let's run with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But of course, you gotta explain it, right?
Yeah.
Explain it to me, and then sell it to me so we can sell it to everybody else, right? But but yeah, man, Flago came in with this really beautiful idea with New Waves, and right at the end of it, he decided to dip. But no hard feelings,
Right?
You know what I mean? He just he does have plans and sooner than we would like, to leave Guam, which that's even me, I really plan to, we all plan to leave someday, so that way we can branch out, you know what I mean, and make more new waves around the world. But yeah,
I'm staying. Fuck what they talking about.
he's there.
I'm gonna be here for a long motherfucking time. Shit, all the shit I did to get back to this bitch, I ain't going nowhere. No.
but yeah, man, and so me, Flacco, Carlo, and Raj. But like I said, Raj is Carlo's out seeking education for engineering.
Yeah.
Doing an amazing job. And then so we got this whole thing together, and we're like, okay, it's ready. Now let's run. You know what I mean? We have this solid studio here. We got amazing minds behind it.
Yes, sir.
Really great creatives. Let's run. We're all talking shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
About it. Like,
let's make it happen.
yeah, like, man, we've been talking shit about making this thing legit for years. But it's always gonna be a dream, bro, until you wake up and you say, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I feel you.
And that's why, man, like when we did sign those papers and we made New Waves legit, and man, that was like one of the most emotional days. Like, and you can see like Flago and Raj, you can see them like they're like, yo, we got to record Ray signing it. Like they knew, and that's what I love about them, is they knew how much this meant to me. You know what I mean? Like, like it meant a lot to them, but as a kid who came up doing this music thing, man, and going through the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows and the love and the hate, and the people telling you can't do it, people saying, oh, he's old news, he's whatever the case may be, and to know that a kid's dream just came true, like it meant a lot. The fact that it meant a lot to them, of how much it meant a lot to me, like that just shows the love and and just how close the circle is.
That's real.
I mean? Yeah. So
yeah, because your friends want you to come up, and y'all all come up together, and then when you see your boy eat, you just happy as fuck.
Yeah.
From, it ain't no hate there, and they saw that you got to finally make some shit happen. Especially after you had all the people doubting you and people talking about, oh, Raymond, what the fuck is he doing? He fell off and blah blah blah. And that's one thing about music that does suck, is you have to find ways to keep yourself, I guess, relevant, because even if you take a little hiatus or you take a break and you stop, you hear all that type of shit, and you hear people talk about, oh, this motherfucker fell off, this person is irrelevant, because I've heard it a few times myself, and you gotta just say fuck what they talking about, because the people that's fucking with you is gonna fuck with you regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they gonna rock with you, and I like how you found a way to reinvent yourself, but then to come back going hard, and not only are you going hard, but you bringing up motherfuckers with you. You got Spell in this bitch now. You guys just got AR on the team. You guys are allowing me to come back in and to use my brand through your studio to get this podcast going. And I really appreciate everything you've done, bro, on this island, regardless of what people say, dude. You're doing what other motherfuckers ain't doing. You making other people's dreams come true now through yours. And that's just some real solid shit, bro, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, man. And that really was the goal for me, you know what I mean? Because and me and Raj, and we talk about it a lot, at the end of the day, it is a business, and we do got to make sure the business is run properly and everything is done by the book and papers, whatever, like that's just standard. But, at the end of the day, like me and Raj were always about trying to provide something for Guam that's been lacking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to be honest, like it's crazy because a lot of studios are coming up now, which is beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like there's really no need to say you and no hope shut down. Nah, you know
It's
what I mean?
enough food for everybody in this bitch.
It's a community. You know what I mean? And the fact that like one day we're all gonna be able to get along. You know what I mean? Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's a business. But we have no hard feelings for nobody. We love everybody, to be honest. But it's the people, it's the art, it's the artists. As long as we can provide a service and to help bring these artists up,
Yeah.
legitimately, you know what I mean? Like then we are accomplishing our goal at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And it's always been that, and that's why I loved coming here. I loved being with Raj. People that run through here. It's always the people. You know what I mean? And there's nothing better than that. You know what I mean?
And I think with you blessing other people, blessings come your way too. And speaking of that, man, you put out a track earlier this summer called Gemini, and it went viral on TikTok, and it got a whole fucking dance to it. So who came up with the dance in the TikTok video, and like whose idea was that, and like how did that even come about?
Oh man,
now you a TikTok star now, bro.
Man, so a really good friend of mine, I love her to death so freaking much. But a really good friend of mine who's with New Waves as well, Tanya J.
Shout out to you again.
So she came up with the dance. She sent it over to me. I got so excited and I showed it to to Mikey, and like I said, I was just so excited, and I was like, man, it's so dope, but knowing time, she's not gonna do it, right?
Yeah,
because she's so self-conscious and then she got her other two friends involved.
Okay.
And Kaya and Josh, shout out to you guys as well. And souped it up. Josh, I believe, threw in some sauce in there.
Yeah.
To I guess better it from what it was.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't really know the technicality there, to be honest. But I mean, that's the shit they did. Mm-hmm. And then they put it up, and I was like, what the fuck, yo, like this is sick. Man, you gotta get other people to do it, right? Of course, me, these guys did this dance, and it's my song. Of course, I'm gonna freaking message everybody, and I'm like, yo, get on this, yo.
I was supposed to make it TikTok. I was supposed to do that shit, but I didn't even fucking. I was on some lazy shit. I ain't gonna even cap.
No, not even me. I was supposed to do it too. What is it? Soiti and Meg Thee Stallion. They jumped on these TikTok trends that other people did for them, right?
Yeah.
So like, I really wanted to do it too, but me, I was just, man, like, I'm so self-conscious. Like, man, I couldn't get it down for some freaking reason.
Yeah, you see everybody looking loose and
they
hitting every move perfect. You like, you do that shit. And it's supposed to be like your song. You want to be the one to like really hit that shit.
Yeah,
I feel you.
yeah. And then I actually did it one. I actually have like 2 in my drafts. I just never put it up because I don't like it, right? But I don't like the way I did it.
Right.
But yeah, man, a lot of people were doing it. She and her friends actually got a lot of people out in where they're at to do it as well. I sent it to this is where I actually dipped into TikTok. I wasn't really in TikTok.
Yeah.
Like I would just like go through it. Sometimes I'll do one dance and then I'll leave TikTok, not open it for a few days. Mm-hmm. I went on TikTok and then I started looking for locals that are doing TikTok dances.
Yeah.
And then hitting them up like, hey, yo, man, you're already doing these TikTok stuff. Why not do it to
jump on the Gemini?
Yeah, And we released it in Gemini season, trying to get all the Geminis to do it. But yeah, and people, before I knew it, I didn't even need to ask nobody. People were just jumping on and doing it.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, like, yo, people are doing it, and I'm just super grateful, super thankful, and humbled. I'm humbled.
That's what's up. So there's something I want to do. I did this for with my last interview. It's called Shooting from the Hip. So I'm gonna just ask you a series of random questions. Some will be a little edgy, some won't be, and you just gotta just answer it.
Oh man.
All right. Beach bar or nightclub?
Which one?
Beach bar or nightclub? What do you prefer, like a beach bar or a nightclub?
I'm gonna say a nightclub.
All right. Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram.
All right. Since you a singer and you a rapper, man, hip hop or R&B?
R&B all day. I love hip hop. There's no disrespect because, like, literally R&B like right here, and then hip hop is like right there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it beats it by a smidge.
All right. Head or pussy?
Fuck. Man, I can't say both.
You gotta pick one.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna just say pussy. I'm gonna say pussy.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. One word that describes you.
Awkward.
Awkward. Oh, that's an interesting answer. Marvel or DC?
Marvel, man. Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. It's like one of my favorite people of all time.
All right, and now this one, I'm gonna put you on blast a little bit. I'm gonna do this one. Tanya J or Haley Steinfeld?
Wow, you did your research, motherfucker. Man, I'm gonna say Tanya J.
Look, we've been mentioning Tanya a lot. We got to get your ass on the show too, Tanya. So yeah, he choosing you over Haley Steinfeld. You know he got a WCW forever on Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, dude. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Plug your social media, whatever singles you got coming out, man. Just let people know where to follow you at and where they can find you.
So my social media on IG is official IAmRayJohn. Official spelled the same, the way you spell official. And then IAmRayJohn is IAmRayJohn. Official IAmRayJohn. And then if you want me on Twitter, that's at Rayminder, RayMinder. YouTube, you can look me up as IAmRayJohn. Follow me on, subscribe to me on YouTube. And Spotify, follow me there, IAmRayJohn.
Yes, sir.
Deezer, follow me, IAmRayJohn.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying my name, man. It's just sticking right now. But yeah.
Fuck it. Hey, Grown is out now. Got 100K streams. If you haven't heard Grown yet, listen to it. The album is a fucking bop. It's got a little bit of everything on there. It's got some dope hip hop, some dope R&B. So if you want to support your local artist, you want to support a Guam artist, or wherever the fuck you at in the world, if you just want to support good music, man, support this brother. He's solid. You know, he's got the studio going up, the president of New Waves Guam. And if y'all want to book a session, man, come to New Waves Guam, message them on IG, message IAmRayJohn and tap in. If you want to get into music, if you want to get into any forms of entertainment, man, just hit up New Waves Guam and, you know, they got you. They'll guide you in the right direction. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I said it.
Thank you.
Y'all have fun, love life, and love yourselves. Peace.